Yo, what is going on? It's me, your buddy old pal from the Bleacher Sports Show, aka Grez. Howdy, hell are ya? Hope all is well. Welcome to Cleanpin, where we talk about wrestling, news, rumors, speculations, comings and goings from the past week in wrestling. AEW, ROH, NXT, so on and so forth. NWA, God, I miss NWA. Come back soon, please. All that good stuff. A lot to get into. A couple of things, a lot to get into across the board here. We're just gonna skip around, keep it brief, and not babble too long here. Like I mentioned, I want to take this live, do it live streaming, and bring it something to a little bit more respectability. Bring it to, got the whole microphone already. I'm just waiting for my audio, little help there for my audio, my condenser, and waiting for all that good stuff to set up the computer there. That way the sound sounds nicey. Check out my YouTube channels, The Grez Show. It's comedy sketches. Grez, which is travel, TV nostalgia, filming locations, famous places, famous graves. And you have From the Bleachers here, which we talk about sports. So let's get into some wrestling news here. Coming out of the speculation here is that apparently an individual that was recently released from Raw, who's still under the 90-day there, who could still, so technically could still be called back, being that he still has some time left under that 90-day no compete there. And that's Heath Slater, apparently. So that's the big rumor, that's the big scuttlebutt, is that they're bringing back Heath Slater for this edition of Raw. Now, and if you remember too, that was apparently the rumor for another former competitor way back a couple of months earlier, or a couple of weeks maybe, Sarah Logan. Now that they were saying that Sarah Logan was supposedly coming back after she was released, and that didn't come into fruition. Who, by the way, congratulations to Sarah Logan, announced that she is pregnant, with one of the Viking Raiders. Focusing on her YouTube channel now and trying to do that, to kind of travel and do that. Wrestling on the back burner. Obvious reasons. She's pregnant, so congratulations to her. Yeah, but she didn't come back. She wasn't brought back, even though that was a rumor there. Now they're saying Heath Slater. So I don't know if you do see Heath Slater. I don't know really what to expect from Heath Slater if he in fact is brought back. I personally would not expect anything huge in Heath Slater, because you remember how they viewed Heath Slater prior. You remember how they viewed him prior. And you remember what type of storylines he was in. Yes, some storylines, the tag team with Rhino, that storyline kind of blew up. The storyline, with the 3MB kind of, ran its course. But these were all, meant to be like a lower kind of throw me away segment spots that, did catch on, after a period of time. Lovable losers, so to speak. I mean, if they bring in Heath Slater, I don't think that the WWE's perception has changed of Heath Slater. I don't think it's changed. So I think if they do use him, it would be probably just as a I don't know, as a squash type of a scenario. I could see him being fed to Bobby Lashley, to kind of continue to sell the full Nelson. Or I could see Heath Slater being used in some type of role. Either have him with Dolph Ziggler, or I think what's more likely is they're gonna have him, come out. Dolph Ziggler says to Heath Slater, "Look, you're Drew McIntyre's friend." Yeah, and Drew McIntyre hasn't gotten your job back, and then he goes after him and attacks him. Something to kind of progress that storyline, but I don't see big things for Heath Slater if in fact he's called back on Raw. Sometimes, and we say this saying prior, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. Is that how the saying goes? So you have to kind of have to go away for a while, and then change people's perception about you. News coming out on Renee Young's side is that she's she's feeling better. She's getting better after going through COVID. And WWE apparently was. Now, who knows if it's true? This is just rumors and speculations. You try not to, do a video and kind of report on everything that's on every dirt sheet, because, as we know, not everything is, reputable and not even close to being accurate. But the line there, and I can almost, the talk backstage is that Vince was upset that that Renee mentioned that she has COVID-19 on her Twitter. I mean, now I think I'm not, this is just me speculating here. I think WWE, being a publicly traded company, if their stockholders asked, I think they would have to say, yes, X amount of individuals tested positive for COVID-19, but obviously you cannot name the individuals. You could just say, due to HIPAA laws, but you can say X amount tested positive for COVID-19. Now, it's things like that. Sometimes when you hear this story about WWE and certain things, like they don't want to say the word COVID, they don't want to say the word corona virus, they don't want to say pandemic, certain words, we've heard it before, certain words, was a title, or was a belt, things like this, certain words are big no-nos. Vince does not want to hear them. Vince wants to ignore the coronavirus, pretend that he's bigger and better than the coronavirus. You cannot say this, you cannot wear a mask. Don't wear a mask on the tapings. I mean, if that, and you can see now his attitude has changed, and it seems like Vince's attitude has changed, because now you have more of your roster just testing positive for COVID. With the type of voice that the WWE has, they're weird because sometimes they just want to ignore it. They could be on the forefront. They could use their voice and be on the forefront and promote change and promote promote well-being and wear your mask, sanitize. They could be doing all this, be on the forefront, instead of trying to sweep it under the rug that it don't exist. And now, being that wrestlers have tested 19, so many wrestlers have tested positive. Now you have to wear masks. Da 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 da. So sometimes WWE is funny and they're comical in that sense. The show must go on and every single thing. Sometimes stubbornness. We have to put back our stubbornness and admit that we were wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure WWE took it serious to a point, COVID. But they weren't as vigilant as maybe they could have been, or should have been. Right? That's my 2 cents anyway. MJF at Fyter Fest the first night, and I think I'll do a separate video here, kind of giving you my predictions for Fyter Fest night 2. But MJF in that promo, and this is no shit Sherlock, but MJF, man, easily the best kind of promo guy in the company right now, easily. So in the promo in Fyter Fest, he says something to the extent of, we're in a ratings war. Well, I'm going to tell you, and who am I? I'm going to tell you, I'm just a Joe Schmo here. But I'm going to tell you that a statement like that, especially where you are, comparing Wednesday night, that's a crucial statement that was made, crucial line that was made by MJF, and it was a mistake, I think. And if I were a producer backstage at AEW, I would probably pull MJF aside, and I'd say, listen, MJF, you're a great promo, you crush it on the mic, but what you did today, that line, you can't be saying it. Here's why. Okay? If you look at the ratings, and let's be honest with each other, I know it's a pandemic still. I know crowds, audiences, not allowed. I know some people can't watch wrestling if there's no audience. I get that. All right, we get that. We put all of that, just keep that in the back of our mind. Be aware of that. Be mindful of that situation. I get it. However, fact of the matter is, AEW, from where they appeared, since they debuted, they've lost about 150,000 viewers. Still losing, they lost viewers. AEW has been around, the same. That's kind of where they've been. So they haven't really gained many. They haven't lost any, really. So, but if you're not gaining anything, you suck as well. The point I'm trying to make is both of these brands, the brand of NXT and AEW, are really not crushing it in the ratings department here. They're not crushing it. They're not killing it. If you make a statement and say, we're in a ratings war, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, that's right. That other show is on. Let me go check it out. Oh, what channel are they on? Oh, USA. Okay, that's right down the dial. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me go hop on my laptop. Let me go on my app, and I'll watch it there. So you're at a point where your ratings are so close to each other, and you remind them to go, in a sense, check out the competition, check out to see what they have. They check them out now. Now you've made that audience, that person, that male 18 to 49 male. He went to go check out NXT, and wow, he was really impressed by Velveteen Dream and Dexter and Karrion Kross. I'm going to watch Karrion Kross over Colt Cabana and Brody Lee any time of the day. Let me put that on. So, you see what I mean? So, I don't, and who am I? Just me and my 2 cents here. You're so young in the game. This is not this is not, this is not that time frame when WCW was killing WWE in the ratings in the Monday Night Wars. You're not WCW. You guys are level. You're not WCW where you could be doing that to WWE. You're not on that level. So, just keeping it honest, I wouldn't have said it that way at all. Just my honest opinion. There was talk that Rey Mysterio working without a WWE contract right now. That his contract is up. Apparently, Rey Mysterio wants more money, and we're kind of here at the point where you're in the pandemic era. No audience members. Just released good significant part of your payroll. So I don't know if Uncle Vince has that type of money. Let me phrase that. I don't know if Uncle Vince and the WWE are willing to spend that type of money right now for a Rey Mysterio. But apparently, they're going forward. Rey's working out without a contract, hoping to strike some type of a deal. Hoping to strike some type of a deal here soon. Maybe a short-term, 1 to 2 year deal, and continue on. So, that's very a good look by Rey, deciding to still continue. He's been been all over the world, but I think you really can consider him a WWE guy now more than a WCW guy at this point. He comes in, he's extremely over popular with the audience, with the kids, and the role that he's in right now, kind of intertwining himself. Kind of intertwined with Umberto, kind of intertwined with Aleister Black intertwined there as well. He has value. He still has value. This storyline with Seth Rollins, I think, is probably one of the better things on Monday Night Raw right now. And it's funny too, by the way, right? Like I don't get, some wrestling fans. You want to see new talent. You don't want to see the same old guys coming out. You want new guys coming in. And that's what you've had, with Austin Theory, with Hector Garza, Umberto, Aleister Black. New guys, you have new guys, and then you guys are complaining. Oh well, it's Umberto versus Garza again, or same matchup again. Listen, guys, it's a thin roster. They're trying to make do with what they have. I mean, which is it? I mean, look, you got new guys there. Watch them wrestle. Get invested in their character. I never understand. And if you don't like it, then just why are you watching it? Like my wife likes the Nanny. I'm not the greatest fan of the Nanny. You know what happens when the Nanny is on? I don't watch it. I put my nose in my phone. So I don't understand. But anyway, okay. So Rey Mysterio still has values. What I'm saying, he intertwines himself in all these storylines here. I think ideally what's going to happen here, I think Rey Mysterio is going to sign a contract. And right when he signs that contract, it's going to take a little bit short of a breaky poo. Because, you got to space out his contract. Space out his dates maybe. He's a little bit older now. Trying to save, not empty out the gas tank all that quickly. And listen, I just think with Dominic, I think it's just Dominic just constantly wants his father to just keep on going when Rey Mysterio seems like he just wants to walk away in storyline. In this the match that we're gearing up, apparently the rumor is eye for an eye. Maybe, it leads where Dominic causes something to happen on purpose. And, Seth Rollins, quote unquote, makes Rey Mysterio blind now. Damages both eyes. Either way, I think this is a great storyline so far for Raw. And, Rey Mysterio, to me, has a lot of value, a lot of marketability left in him still. So that's part one here of Cleanpin. I'm going to do part 2 right now. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. And I hope all is well. Check out video 2. Peace!